Hey everyone, Big here. Just wanted to do another version of Weird Dream I just had. It's like 3 in the morning and for some reason I had to wake up. But I was in the middle of this really weird and awesome dream that was kind of a combination of Metroid, a little bit of other M as well, and Smash Bros. And Hunger Games? I don't know, it was kind of weird. I don't remember all of it exactly, but it was kind of like there was a tournament set in Metroid Land, and 8 people all got dressed up in a Samus suit, and basically these 8 people had to go and play the game as if they were Samus, and that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if it was. That's where the Metroid Other M thing is coming from, because I didn't know if it was first person. Well, because sometimes it was first person, but most of the time it was like third person. So it was like you were watching Samus, jumping around and shooting and stuff. But the other thing was, since there were 8 people all together, then it was also kind of Hunger Games-ish in that you could destroy the other characters before and not let them advance. So it was a race to see who could get 100% completion of the game in the fastest time. And it had bits from sorry, I'm yawning. It had bits from like Super Metroid, but then it started like pulling in elements from other games, most notably Donkey Kong Country. So there was like a lot of platforming things, and I remember talking about like, oh man, I'm gonna hate that stage when I really start going through that part. But so then, kind of like Brawl, yeah, so like you could battle other characters if you wanted to. The space was big enough and open enough so that it was completely 3D. So that if you wanted to, you start getting in a massive fight with somebody in your Samus suits, or as both of you as Samus, comparing your charge shots and your upgrades and everything else like that. And then because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this awesome thing where I'm gonna kind of, uh, what's that word? I can't even think of the word right now. Where I kind of break the game by getting this upgrade before you get this upgrade, and so I was going to be, partially advantaged in one thing. Like, I was going to have a better blaster, but I wouldn't have the ability to jump around as much. So I was thinking about that, and I did get under attack one time by somebody kind of early-ish in the game, and then but I managed to, by a combination of missiles and super missiles, just blast away the other person. So apparently these are like really good video game players of some sort. I don't know how to describe it anyway. But, so I managed to destroy one person in the tournament. After like a lengthy 20-minute battle, essentially. Again, these were massive worlds that the Samuses were able to play in. So, yeah, we didn't see anybody else in that time being. But it was just a really cool dream. And then towards the end, um, I noticed that there were like I think there were 8 to start with, but I don't know. It's kind of weird because I remember I was doing something in a part that vaguely reminded me of Donkey Kong Country. I don't know why. Just in terms of like the level or there was like background music or something. There was this younger girl. I would say she was 13, 12 or 13 in terms of her age. And she was like, "I'm going to challenge you right now." And she was of the original contestants, so I had the impression that I don't know how she got in, but she was probably really good for her age and stuff. And so I had the impression that I could take her on if I needed to right now, even though I was kind of preoccupied trying to do those other tasks to get, the 100% completion. But for some reason, we started fighting, and then we were like, let's just hang out. So, so we kind of like formed a little alliance thing, and then she was like, I'll show you where some of the other people are. And then it turned out that there was like a group of 3 other players in the same area, and they were all part of the game still, but they were all working together essentially, and they were just kind of taking a break. So they had all advanced to different parts of the game, but they were just all playing together. And they were all just sitting down, chilling, watching one other person trying to tackle a section that section that they were all in incognito. Because apparently there was like one other gamer that everybody was really, really worried about, and that person was just off doing their own thing, sometimes taking breaks, sometimes not. Again, this is like a massive event, so not meant to be done in just a couple hours or something like that. So, so they saw me, and they all got scared, because I was the one who, like, defeated the other guy, back in the cave level or something. Mono, they were like, whoa, dude! So they knew that there were only 7 of us left, and I don't know, we just started talking and chilling, and I think I was the furthest along in that game, so we were thinking, okay, at some point we're gonna, if we are gonna want to try and do this race thing, we are gonna have to break up, or split up, do our own thing, and then we may have to fight each other later on. Whereas that other person who was still doing their own, there were 2 other people still doing their own thing, and then the one that I had managed to beat in the fight earlier in the cave level or something like that. So again, it kind of felt like it had this Hunger Games-ish feel to it. I've only seen the movie. I've never actually read any of the books or anything. I just saw the first movie. So it kind of had that feel, and that little girl is kind of Rue-ish. I think, was that the girl's name? I don't remember. Anyway, I just thought that was like a really cool dream. And then I don't know. Again, I don't know why I woke up right now. I just had to make a quick bathroom stop. Don't worry, I'm not going to the bathroom right now. It's okay. I'm just in here because it has the light. But yeah, I just thought that was a really cool idea. Kind of like, a combination of Brawl and I guess Hunger Games too, so to speak. And then I started thinking about like if, there were different modes where, you had to get everybody together, kind of like the 5 of us were together as just, just chilling and talking. I started thinking about what would be kind of interesting was like if, at some point during the game everybody had to, go to like some convention room and sit down and be part of a convention, basically bottlenecking everybody, and then seeing what chaos would ensue as people had to get back out. I don't know, that was just kind of a... But of course everybody would be in Samus suits and everything else like that, so everybody would be well equipped for the situation. Whatever happened would arise. It'd be like, what some people try and like sabotage the place, and like, people who play Call of Duty and stuff like to camp out and all the other stuff. So I started thinking like, oh man, this is gonna make it just like all those other shooting games. But I don't know. Anyway, okay, that was a weird dream I had. I may upload this someday. That's not toilet paper. That's part of my rug. Okay, Big Mac saying later.